Imagine being trapped in the icy confines of Antarctica with a shape-shifting alien creature. That's the chilling premise of The Thing, a 1982 horror classic directed by the master of suspense, John Carpenter, and featuring a stellar cast led by Kurt Russell. The Thing is a masterpiece of the horror genre. Set in the desolate landscape of Antarctica, the film explores the tension and terror that ensues when a group of scientists encounter an alien life form that can take on the appearance of its victims. This creature not only threatens their survival but also their sanity, as they can no longer trust their own eyes. But we won't delve too much into the plot, for it's the unexpected twists and turns that make this film a must-watch. But what makes The Thing a masterpiece of terror? Let's delve into the chilling details. Picture the most inhospitable place on Earth, Antarctica. Now, add a group of scientists, isolation, and a monstrous creature. That's the chilling backdrop of the 1982 horror classic The Thing. Set in the icy wilderness of Antarctica, the film utilizes its unforgiving, isolated setting to intensify the sense of dread and horror. The biting cold, the unending white landscape, it all mirrors the bleakness and despair that slowly engulfs the characters. Imagine being so far away from civilization where help is merely an empty promise. The scientists are not just battling a monstrous entity. They're grappling with the bitter cold, the isolation, the hopelessness. It's a perfect storm that amplifies the terror. The isolation is not just physical, it's psychological too. As the creature infiltrates their ranks, it sows seeds of distrust and paranoia among the team. The isolation becomes a breeding ground for suspicion and fear. Who can you trust when the person next to you could be the Thing? This is where the true horror of The Thing lies. It's not just about the gore and the monstrous creature. It's about the fear of not knowing, the fear of being alone, and the fear of your trusted ally turning against you. The isolation coupled with the paranoia forms a psychological horror that's as chilling as the Antarctic cold. The film successfully uses its icy, isolated setting to create an atmosphere of dread and terror. It's a masterstroke of horror storytelling that makes The Thing a timeless classic. It's not just the cold that's a killer here, it's the fear of the unknown, the unseen. The real terror of The Thing lies not in what you can see but in what you can't. The antagonist of this chilling tale isn't your typical movie monster. It's not a towering beast or a slavering creature of the night. No, the monster in The Thing is far more insidious and infinitely more terrifying. It's an alien entity with a most disturbing ability. It can assimilate and imitate any life form it comes into contact with. Imagine, if you will, a creature that can absorb the very essence of who you are down to the smallest detail. Your habits, your quirks, even your memories are not safe. It then uses this information to create a perfect copy of you, a doppelganger so convincing that even your closest friends would be none the wiser. That's the horrifying reality the characters in The Thing are forced to confront. The alien's shape-shifting ability doesn't just result in a physical threat. It creates an environment rife with paranoia and mistrust. When anyone could be the monster, how can you trust your fellow man? How can you even trust yourself? The characters are forced to question their relationships, their sanity, and even their own humanity. This psychological warfare is a masterstroke in horror storytelling. It's not just about the fear of being attacked by a monster, it's the fear of becoming the monster, of losing your identity, your humanity to an alien invader. It's the fear of not knowing who to trust, of being isolated and alone, even in a room full of people. In The Thing, the monster could be anyone, and that's what makes it so terrifying. Horror isn't just about monsters and jump scares. It's about suspense, atmosphere, and psychological terror. And when it comes to masterful storytelling, The Thing is an exemplar, a paragon of the genre that transcends the usual tropes of horror. The movie's storytelling techniques are nothing short of ingenious. The suspense is built layer upon layer, like a meticulously crafted pastry, each layer adding to the depth and complexity of the narrative. The tension is palpable, thick enough to cut with a knife. It's not the kind of tension that dissipates after a jump scare. No, it lingers, it festers, it keeps the audience on the edge of their seats, their hearts pounding in their chests. The suspense is not just a byproduct of the monster on the loose. It's a carefully woven web of mistrust and paranoia among the members of the trapped team. Each man is a potential threat, Each man could be the thing. This constant uncertainty is what fuels the fear, the real terror that grips the audience. As the story unfolds, the tension escalates, the paranoia intensifies, the lines between friend and foe blur. It's a psychological thriller wrapped in a horror movie, a terrifying journey into the depths of fear and mistrust. So, is The Thing worth your time? Absolutely. This horror masterpiece, despite being released over 4 decades ago, still holds its ground as an epitome of suspense and terror. Its strength lies in the gripping narrative that keeps you on the edge of your seat, coupled with the icy isolation that amplifies the fear factor. However, no movie is without its flaws. At times the pace may seem a bit slow, and certain scenes might leave you yearning for more action. But remember, The Thing is more about the psychological horror than the gore. One can't ignore the exceptional storytelling and the way it stirs our primal fear of the unknown. The shape-shifting terror adds an unpredictable twist, making it a roller coaster ride that you'll want to experience. In the world of horror cinema, The Thing stands as a chilling testament to the power of fear and the unknown. It's a must-watch for any horror fan. The Thing is more than a movie. It's a cornerstone of the horror genre. When it first graced the silver screen in 1982, it sent shivers down the spines of audiences worldwide with its chilling narrative and groundbreaking special effects. It was a tour de force of terror that has since set the bar for all horror films that followed. Its impact on the horror genre is undeniable. The Thing dared to venture into unexplored territories of fear and paranoia, pushing boundaries and challenging norms. It was a critical and commercial success that proved horror movies could be more than just mindless gore and cheap thrills. They could be thought-provoking, suspenseful, and emotionally riveting. The movie's success didn't stop at the box office. Over the years, it has amassed a cult following and continues to inspire and influence modern horror filmmakers. Its unique blend of psychological horror and body horror has been emulated and reimagined in countless films, but none have been able to capture the same level of dread and suspense that The Thing so masterfully created. But perhaps the most enduring legacy of The Thing is its lasting appeal. Even after 4 decades, the movie continues to captivate audiences with its timeless tale of survival and fear. It's a testament to the power of storytelling and the enduring allure of the horror genre. And so, The Thing remains not only a classic but a benchmark in horror cinema. Its influence can be seen in the slew of horror movies that have come after it, from the mainstream blockbusters to the independent gems. It has left an indelible mark on the landscape of cinema, forever changing the way we perceive fear and horror. In the end, The Thing isn't just a movie. It's a chilling journey into the heart of fear. So, is The Thing worth your time? Absolutely. This horror masterpiece, despite being released over 4 decades ago, still holds its ground as an epitome of suspense and terror. Its strength lies in the gripping narrative that keeps you on the edge of your seat, coupled with the icy isolation that amplifies the fear factor. However, no movie is without its flaws. At times, the pace may seem a bit slow, and certain scenes might leave you yearning for more action, but remember, The Thing is more about the psychological horror than the gore. One can't ignore the exceptional storytelling and the way it stirs our primal fear of the unknown. The shape-shifting terror adds an unpredictable twist, making it a roller coaster ride that you'll want to experience. In the world of horror cinema, The Thing stands as a chilling testament to the power of fear and the unknown. It's a must-watch for any horror fan.